Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is. We are back again, man. And it's bonus banger time, y'all. It's bonus banger time, y'all. That's a Locker's bonus banger time, but I got one. Keep a banger, man. Y'all know the count. But like I always say before I start my videos, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to the bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I just ask one thing of y'all, man. That's it. And that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's it, man. That's all I want y'all to do. I just want y'all to stay out the way and live a great life out here, man. We're not going to jail, man. Like, just put all the cards on the table, man. Like, it's either jail or staying at home with your family, man. Like, which one do you want? Like, everybody that's out there wilding, breaking the law, like, I know it's hard to kind of like just put an ultimatum in your face like that. Either jail or your family. But if you really look at it, man, that's the circumstances, man. Because if you get locked up, you're leaving your family. So you gonna choose the streets over your family? Like, just think about it, man. Like, if I had that decision, if somebody would have brought it to me back in the day, like, yo, you really gonna leave your mom? You gonna leave your mom for all these years? You gonna leave your brothers? You gonna leave these people, your friends, all these people that care about you for all these years just for you can keep getting in trouble? You gonna keep risking yourself to get in trouble, to leave these people right here? Man, if somebody would have came and told me that back in the day when I got in trouble, man, I promise I would have never got in trouble. I would have never got in trouble, man. So, like, I'm letting everybody know right now, man, that's just what it is. We're putting all the cards on the table, man. It's either you going to jail or you want to stay with your family, man. It's one or the other, man. Which one y'all want to do, man? I just hope y'all pick the right one because your family means more than anything, man. Anything that you doing out there, man, your family means more than all of that. Just remember that, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a bonus banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called All Bark, No Bite. Part 1. Crazy story, man. Like, sad thing about this story, I have seen this happen a million times in penitentiary, man. You would have these guys as a penitentiary, man, and they just somehow, like, their mouth will kind of like be their intimidating factor, man, if I would say, man. Like, you have some dudes that know how to perfect that, man. Like, they are so intimidating looking. Their voice sounds so violent and so aggressive and intimidating. Like, sometimes that will keep the right people above you, man. Like, sometimes it usually works and sometimes it don't work, man. But we call that snatching in there, man. Like, if you someone that just always want to just argue and ain't no action, then you ain't talking about nothing, man. And I kind of learned that through my years of doing time. I learned that, yo, he's just a dude that just want to argue. Me personally, after we argue, I want to fight. Then it's whatever after that. Either we making up or whatever, man. But like, I never was one of those type of guys that just always wanted to just argue, man. Kind of like, let's get it on, man. Win, lose, or draw. That's how I wanted to carry it. And that's how I expected a lot of people in the penitentiary to carry it, but they didn't, man. You have a lot of dudes in there that just be all bark, no bite. And it goes down like that, man. So with that being said, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We are on Lawrenceville, man. And I can remember being in 30 building, man. It was wild, man. And it's kind of like the beginning stages, man, when I got in 30 building, man. You know, I'm kind of in there a little while now. I'm in there probably about 6 months, 8 months now in that building. And I kind of learned the building. I kind of grown to like the building, man. Like, it was my type of building. Like, that's why I wanted to get over to that building so bad in those stories I was telling y'all about. Because once I finally got there, it just felt like that's where I needed to do the rest of my time, man. It just felt perfect. From the inmates to the COs to everything, man. You know, as the time go on, you never can get comfortable in prison and stuff changes. But for that part right there in the beginning, man, it just felt like I was in the right spot. So being in that pod, man, like I seen a whole lot. I ain't even gonna lie, I seen a whole lot. Now it isn't a place where you're gonna see a lot of like dangerous violence. Like dangerous violence happen on that compound, but like I witnessed kind of a lot of more crash outs with fights and stuff like that, man. Like, you have the red team up there, you have the blue team up there, you have the GDs up there. Like, they have dudes that's up there, man, and it's gonna be situations, and that's just how it go down. But on Lawrenceville, kind of like everybody kind of like, for the most part, like when it gets to something like that, then you handle your business how you handle your business. But a lot of dudes will kind of reevaluate how they would handle their business just on the strength they're not trying to leave Lawrenceville. Now, I'm not letting y'all know Lawrenceville was like that to the point where dudes like, yo, I'm gonna let somebody punch me in my face because I don't want to leave Lawrenceville. I'm not gonna fight back. No, it won't like that at all. Like, it was definitely violence up there. But still, though, if you were smart, you would kind of know how to move. You got to learn how to move through all the BS. That way you won't get yourself tangled up into those situations. So that's kind of like what I was doing in there, man. But, with the building being crowded with a bunch of different type of characters and a bunch of different dudes, man, I can remember this one dude, man, we're going to call him Marco. Now, Marco was another one of these dudes that I met that was from around the corner from the prison we grew up at, man. He was from Brunswick County, man. Now, this guy from Brunswick County, he was like, you'll think, like, when I be saying these different type of counties, Emporia County, Brunswick, like you got to understand, like, they're always going to be outnumbered. Like, it's not a lot of them in the system. That's just how it go. You can ask anybody from where they from. It's not a lot of them in the system. So it's going to be majority Richmond, Tidewater, and wherever else is in there, man, overpowering them. So, like, these type of guys, like, I'm not saying there's no guys that go dumb hard from these towns, because it's dumb hard. It's dudes that go dumb hard from every town. You know what I mean? But this particular dude, Marco, at first he wasn't in my pod, so I've seen him from the building. I viewed him from the building. You know what I mean? Now, I didn't really see him like that when I was in 40 building when I first got on the compound. But once they moved me to 60 building to San Francisco, that's when I see him. I used to hear him through the gate because I would talk to Hot Rod, rest in peace, through the gate, because y'all know I'm on the other side of the yard. So I'll talk to bro through the other side of the gate. He'll always be on one part of the gate talking to a bunch of other dudes, but like, for the most part, man, he just sounded like his whole voice was like everything about him, from the tats on his face. He had a couple teardrops, everything on his face, man, like from everything. Like, he just gave out that super, I'm trying to intimidate everybody. And like I say, I wasn't looking at it like that was his go-to move. I never looked at it like that. I just looked at it like, yo, bro might be go dumb hard. Like, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So you would see him at the fence and he'll just be like, yeah, hey, look. Man, we're gonna handle that straight up, man. I'll be over that side. Yeah, that's how he talk. Yeah, he loud. I'm gonna be over that side. We're gonna handle that when I come over there. Yeah. Now he did a lot of conducting with the red team members, man. Like, I didn't see him, like, and when he was on my side of the yard, I never seen him do nothing as far as joining the red team. But he conducted a lot of his business with the red team, you know what I mean? Now, Marco was probably about a little taller than me. He probably 6 feet tall. But he was kind of one of them dudes that looked like he used to work out, but he ain't working out no more. But he looked like he used to work out. So he was solid, kind of big dude. And you know what I mean? He had the low cut. And he just, like, everything, his eye contact, everything, like, you didn't know him. And I never really had a conversation with him. You know what I mean? I didn't have a conversation with him until we was on the other side of the yard. You know what I mean? But while we on this side of the yard, me and him never had not one conversation. So he wasn't in our pod at first. He was over in 31 pod. So he did something and went to the hole, but he didn't go to the hole long. So when he got out the hole, they put him back in 30 building, they put him in our pod. So now that he's in our pod, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting a full dose of how this man is just like, I don't know. I never seen it like this, man. You would think it's a bunch of dudes from Tidewater, Richmond, that ain't gonna stand for this, but like, it was like he was so strategic on how he picked his battles on everything. Now, him first moving into the pod, it was like, he did this. He kind of got cool with the two main red team members, man. Now, the two main red team members, one was from New York and one was from Virginia Beach, I want to say, man. But those were the two main red team members in my pod. So he got cool with them. How? I don't know. But he's cool with them. He's hanging with them. The dude from the red team, he slept in the handicap cell upstairs. You looked up, you seen Marco always coming from out his cell. You know what I mean? Like, they was buddy. Like, they was dumb cool. You know what I mean? So he hanging with these dudes when he got out the hole and came in our pod. So I used to think that he was with the red team, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? So me and him still ain't had no conversations. So I don't know what had happened, but he had got his property. He had got everything back. He did everything he's supposed to do. Now, this man just moved into our pod. Now, there's a lot of maniacs in hibernation. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people ain't putting up with stuff. A lot of dudes don't even come out to sell that much unless they go into the microwave or to the shower because everybody had them joints. So like everybody chilling in 33, y'all, to be honest. But I don't know what had happened, man. Something that happened. And he went and I guess I seen him up at the laundry area. So I guess he went to probably try to wash his own clothes. Now, you know, Popcorn was a laundryman, but he tried to go wash his own clothes. Like you can wash your own clothes. Like Popcorn and be like, all right, you want to go ahead, do your thing. He'll still be doing his thing. Go ahead and wash your own stuff. So I think that's what he did. I don't quote me on that, but all I know is, man, it's my word, man. I looked up and I seen this man. I'm standing on the top tier and I watched it. I watched him go on the top tier. He's having a back and forth with Popcorn. Like I couldn't hear what him and Popcorn was saying because they're across from me. But they having a back and forth, like debate, argument, whatever it is. He leave. He shoot down the steps. He go down the steps super fast. He get down the steps. He go down there. He seen the red team dude, the main dude from New York. He see him. He spot him. He like, yo. He start talking to him. And he explaining something. So the dude from New York kind of like, he looking like he can't believe it. He like, so the dude from Brunswick, Marco, he like, man, forget this. This man went to the TV. He was like, he pulled we had Lawrenceville had flat screen TVs. Like we had the flat screen TVs in our pod. So like I don't even know where the power button was at. You know what I mean? But we had more control. Man, this man walked to the joint because it was on a pole, like a middle pole in our pod, and the pole had the socket in it. And this man walked to the pole and was like, that man pulled the joint out. All the old heads, everybody right there watching TV. He's like, yo, what you doing? He like, look, hey. Me get everybody attention here, man. He was like, man, whoever stole my laundry bag, it could be a mix-up, but if you stole it, I'ma find it. And when I find it, I gotta have you. I'm letting you know now. Whoever got my stuff, when I find it, I gotta have you. So everybody looking like, man, what this dude talking about, man? So Popcorn come to the joint. He like, man, what you doing? He like, man, I'll forget that. Ain't nobody watching TV, man. So the dude's trying to calm him down. He like, nah. So I'm just watching him do this demonstration, right? And I'm looking at it like, man, that was gangster. I mean, you can look at it like, I got my own TV. I don't care what you do to the TV, bro. I've been locked up almost 10 years now. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I done seen that happen a million times, dude. Cut the TV off and all. That don't bother me no more, yo. I done been through that before, y'all. So boom. So I see him do it. You know what I mean? I'm all mad at him. I ain't look at him no different, but the way he did it was some straight gorilla. Like he was a gorilla with it. Like nobody barely can calm him down. He like, yeah. I ain't trying to hear that. No, anybody, man. I don't care, man. Yeah, I don't care where they from. No, he talking. I'm like, oh, this dude, man. Like I say, if you just look at him, he looks like intimidating, man. His face is rough with tattoos. He kind of diesel. He ugly. He got a mean stare. You know what I mean? He just was one of them crazy looking dudes. So I ain't paying no attention, man. I ain't want to. You know what I mean? I ain't taking stuff. So a little bit of time go on. They trying to calm him down. I say probably about an hour later, next thing you know, his bag get found. Popcorn found his bag. So when he found his bag, you know what I mean? He ain't even dudes were like, man, you should apologize to the pod. So I forgot how it was. It got mixed up and somebody grabbed it and they was at school and Popcorn had the bag tied to his door. And that's what, after Popcorn do your laundry, he'll tie your bag to your door. You know what I mean? So dude probably, you know what I mean? The dude was at school. He didn't know he had a bag to his door. So that's why nobody knew it was the bag right there. So they found the bag. So dudes were like, man, you should apologize. He like, I ain't apologizing to nobody. He said, he's like, everybody in here grown men. Everybody grown men. I ain't got to apologize to nobody. Don't touch nothing that ain't yours. That's a lesson. Learn from it. And he told like, man, this dude, I'm like, man, this dude, wow, man. So like I used to always think, man, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe his time gonna come one day. Like maybe Marco time gonna come of him acting like a gorilla, because after a while of being in the bar with him, I started looking at it like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, just be snatching for real, man. I'm like, we'll be in the cell. Me and my roommate were like, yo, who was that? We'll hear a loud voice. We're like, who was that? The nigga Marco, man. That's all you want to do is be loud. That's all you want to do is be loud in the pod. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like an inside joke to us. Like, man, oh, loud dude, man. That's all you want to do is be loud. He had to do, hey, look, go mess with me, yo. Yeah, it's super loud. And so I'm just like, all right, you know what I mean? That's his character, man. Like, I just tried to stay away from him. I never wanted to bump heads with him. I never wanted to even have a conversation with this man. So I can remember something happened, man, with some of the red team members that he rocked with. Now, the red team that he rocked with, they used to play basketball. They was on the basketball team. The dude from New York was on the basketball team. He could ball real good. So I don't know what had happened in the gym, But something happened in the gym that kind of trickled back to our building. And when it came back to the building, like I seen a situation like this, it got crazy. It was, man, this jump was wild, man, because you can look out the joint. Man, you can look out the joint, man. You can just see dudes out there rumbling right there in the salad port, like, you know what I mean? So I'm looking, and you can just see dudes. I'm not going out there. I don't know nobody out there, and I'm not even in none of the members, so I'm not going out there. There's no need for me to go out there. So I've been seeing it, the door open. Once the door opened, once I seen them fighting, the door closed. So when it opened up again, which I don't know why the lady opened, Marco run out. Marco run out the joint. By the time he run out the joint, the police blitzing the joint. So it looked like he was going out there to help his bros. But the whole time, if I had to call it, man, it looked like that man was just going out there right before the police came, y'all. So boom. And I saw it because I'm right there. I'm right there. I didn't go to the gym. I'm right there in the pod. I was by the microwave. When we hear all the noise, I forgot who I was talking to. We came like to the middle of the, like the doors a little bit in front of us, and we was right there. And then the door opened up. When the door opened up, I just seen dudes wrecking. I seen a dude from New York. They was out there rumbling super hard. They dumping out that joint. I'm like, man, that joint crazy. The door opened up again. You see Marco brush by. When he brushed by, you see the police in the hallway. He brushed by. So they locked everybody up in the hallway. Long story short, they locked everybody up in the hallway. Man, I was like, so I looked at it like, and I didn't have nobody around. I could be like, yo, man, dude, he just got away like that. I thought he was about to go out there and put work in. As soon as he run out in the hallway, they break the fight up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this jump crazy. So they lock us down. For he had to pack up all those dudes. They had to pack up three dudes from our pod. Marco and one dude from New York and another member dude. So they had to lock up 3 dudes from our pod, a couple dudes from that pod, and a couple dudes from the honor pod. So the building was on lock until we went to dinner. So they locked all those dudes up. They came and got all their property. We was on lockdown. They let school do all of that. Everybody had programming. They let all that happen. But the building was on lockdown. So the word came back, was like, yo, man, that the red team was rumbling, some Richmond dudes, and this happened. They was like, yeah, Marco came out there. Dudes was like, yeah, when Marco came out there, the police was putting handcuffs on people. I'm like, man, and I knew it because I saw it, but I still ain't want to like blurt it out and tell everybody like I'm hating on bro or something, man. But I hear dudes talking like, yeah, man, he ran out there like he was doing something, man. Man, I thought this was gonna be I hear one dude say, I thought this was finally gonna be the time that we could finally see Marco put some work in, man. Dude was like, man, he ran out there, the police was right there waiting on him. He was out there, he came out that joint, he didn't get a chance to throw up his dukes. I was like, man, this dude, wow, man. I was like, man, dude, I was like, yo, it was crazy, but they right. Because I pinned it, man. I pinned the whole thing, and bro went out there and got locked up for nothing for real. He basically just got scooped up with the team. You know what I mean? So, bro gone. You know what I mean? He went to the other side of the yard. He got out the hole. They put him in 60 building game now. Fast forward the tape slightly. You know what I mean? Fast forward the tape slightly. I continued on with it for a little while. You know what I mean? I lost track of him a couple years. You know what I mean? He was over there doing his thing. I ain't see this man. Now, let's fast forward the tape to when the sergeant actually gets me out of 30 building. He kicks me out of 30 building, and they move me back to 60 building. So I get back to 60 building. Different situation. Y'all already know how it was over there. The whole different ball game. It ain't really San Francisco no more, nothing like that. It was all regular dudes in there. So when I get there, I walk in the pod, like I could see the members. I see some members, and I see a couple of dudes, and I'm looking, and I'm seeing what's going on. But at the same time, though, like I'm so new in the pod, like I'm not paying no attention. But as I walk in the pod, like y'all know, I'm looking to see what's going on. So I ain't really see nobody. It looked like everybody was ducked off. So when they called stand by for dinner, that's when everybody came out. So when I started seeing everybody come out, I looked downstairs because I'm upstairs. I looked downstairs. I seen like 4 members. You know what I mean? The red team. Then I looked up, and I seen Marco coming out the joint. When I seen Marco coming out the joint, he had the joint like I don't know what he man. I don't know where he get this joint from. He had on some black glasses, but like on the side, it had like a little red in it, like kind of like you know what I mean. I never even seen him with glasses before. Now he's wearing glasses, but the glasses that he had on, it was slightly like some not like eyeglasses. Like I don't know, he got these some designer glasses. I don't know, but I just remember seeing the red, so they might have been Gucci joints. You know what I mean? So I seen him, and I'm like, yo, I see, bro. I'm like, I ain't say nothing to nobody. I'm like, yo, that's the dude, Marco. I was like, man, I ain't seen him in a minute, man. You know what I mean? So we go to Chow and come back. When we come back from Chow, I see them. They out in the hallway arguing with somebody. I look, and they out there arguing. So everybody in the pod kind of like was walking up to the door and looking. And everybody like, because you can hear them out there arguing. So you see Marco, he out there arguing. He like, nah, we ain't doing it like that. We ain't doing it like that, homie. That ain't how we moving like that, homie. We ain't moving like that, homie. I start hearing him say all these words. So I'm like, so I back up. I see the dude that sleep, I mean, would it be by myself, the laundromat dude. I was like, hey, I was like, what he in the red team? He was like, yeah, he ain't no Marco. Marco from out here too. Yeah, he was like, he in the red team. He was like, yeah, Marco in the red team. I was like, man, what a coinky date, y'all. So boom. I was like, I was like, that's crazy, man. I was like, bro, in the red team? I was like, that's crazy, man. I was like, but for real, he used to hang with the red team. You know what I mean? So like, didn't pay that no attention. Of course, nothing happened out in that hallway. You know what I mean? Like everything always was like, this man never had to demonstrate, man, which was weird, man. Like, you know what I mean? But he's one of them dudes that always doing this, but you never see him doing this, man. You know what I mean? So, but I can remember one of these days, it was super early, man. It was right after breakfast. Like when we go to breakfast on Lawrenceville, like we go not super early, but like it's sometimes like it depends how the time is. Like it's still gonna be dark outside. You know what I mean? So this one of them times it's still dark outside. Like the ladies, the parents who work in your booth, which is always somebody cool. They won't when they come on a new shift, because they be like a new shift right before we go to breakfast. When they come on for the new shift, they won't cut the lights on in the pod. They'll still say stand by for breakfast and all of that, but still leave the lights off in the pod. A lot of people did that. You know what I mean? So it'll be still dark in the pod. So everybody will go to breakfast, and after breakfast, dudes will be out in the pod. You're supposed to lock down. You'll be a couple of scally dudes out there trying to hang around and this and that. Dude, Sully might be using the bathroom, so there's a lot of dudes out in the pod. You know what I mean? So I can't remember what sports junk we was arguing over, man, but it was football season. We was arguing about something, and I can't remember. I was trying to think of it the whole time, man, but I can't remember what the whole argument was. But I'm in a debate back and forth with one of his homies. You know what I mean? Now his homie is from from Norfolk. So like when I got in the party, introduced me to him. Me and him didn't hang, but we had a mutual understanding. We from the town, So we was okay. So me and him going back and forth in a little debate. You know what I mean? So we going back and forth. Yeah, I forgot what it's something that happened, 49 or something. We going back like, yeah, man, y'all can't. I think he was a Dallas fan. Like, yeah, y'all can't do this. Yeah. You tripping, bro. You got me mixed up. Y'all can't beat us. So we going back. So as we talking, the dude, Marco, he sleep like in a cell, like the tables they got, like when you walk into Lawrenceville Park, they got 3 tables, like long joints, kind of like, y'all know, just with the little circle seats, probably like 8 in each row. And it's 3 of them. I think it's 3 tables. Then it's the little tables behind those, all the little tables. So the cells are right there. All the cells are surrounding the joint. So when dudes be out in the pod, you're arguing, but this is usually arguments. This always happens every morning. Dudes arguing about football. You know what I mean? Every morning, early as hell, dudes out there arguing about football. So this is just your cost of being in penitentiary. Like, so the nigga say, I looked up and I hear the nigga Marco come to his door. He had his shirt off. He's super inked up. Fat boy came in and got his door and was like, hey man, y'all gotta shut the fuck up with all that noise, homie. But he looking at me, but he said homie, like he talking to his man. So he like, y'all gotta shut the fuck up with all that noise, homie. That y'all got quiet in there like this. That y'all was like, his homeboy was like, oh, my bad, big homie, you good? My bad. I'm like, big homie. I'm like, man, this nigga. So I'm looking at him kind of like, he kind of still looking at me. I'm like, I was like, man, this nigga got me all the way messed up, man. I was like, I got a trick for his monkey ass, y'all. So boom, I won't even trip. They come in there, locked down, everybody locked down. Y'all supposed to be locked down anyway. I'm like, I go back in the cell. I'm mad. I'm like, dude, wow, man. I was like, yo, dude, tripping. I was like, what the fuck wrong with dude, man? I was like, this nigga talking about niggas need to shut the fuck. I'm like, man, I couldn't even watch TV. I'm so angry about this, y'all. Like, this shit is on my mind. So I'm like, damn, my roommate going to first mob, you know what I mean? So my door will open up. His roommate was a teacher's aide, so his door is gonna open up. Like me and him would be at the microwave like after each other sometime, like because we don't supposed to be out right before they do school and all that. So I already know his door gonna open, so they pop our door, stand by for mile 1, they pop his door. So it's dudes out there, not a lot of dudes, but it's a few dudes out there. So I look, I'm like, I see his celly come out, his celly dressed. I see his door still cracked. He ain't lock his door, just like I ain't gonna lock my door. I come out the cell. I come out the stuff like this. I stay angry one of y'all. You hear me? I can't out stuff like this. Man, I'm scrapped up, shoes tight, jeans on, tight, belt game. Like, man, walk this joint. I was like, He was like, yo. I was like, yo. He was like, what's up? I was like, let me holler at you right quick. I was like, what's up? I can come in? He was like, yeah. I walked in the joint. I was like, hey, look, I ain't gonna do a whole lot of arguing with you, man. I was like, that's one thing we not gonna do. I ain't finna do a whole lot of arguing with you, man. But at the end of the day, bro, like, I don't know who the fuck you was talking to earlier, man. And furthermore, bro, if you feeling some type of way, we ain't gotta make no scene. We ain't gotta let the homies know. We ain't gotta do none of this, because you already know it's a fair one, bro. I said, this is gonna be a fair one. However you wanna put it, however you gonna try to paint it out, nigga, it's a fair one or it's chaos. I said, I'm letting you know now, bro. I said, man, listen, watch how the f you talk to me, bro, or we can fight, bro. I said, we ain't gotta make no scene, bro. I said, we can fight right now, bro. I'll let you put your shit on. We can fight, bro. He a little bigger than me and everything, but I already know him. I already know it. Y'all already know a nigga that be snatching, man. I know it, man. Like, I done seen niggas through the years. I know a nigga that's all bark, no bite. I know it, man. So boom. He get up off the bed. He said, on everything. This nigga get off the bed and said, he walked to the side of the little bed. He was like, yo, by the desk. He like, you want to smoke some la la? I was like, what? He was like, close the door, bro. I'm like, close the door? Like, I'm in war mode right now. I'm like, push the door. I'm like, close the door. I'm like, what's up? He like, no, bro. He was like, look, bro, I was asleep, bro. I was up late last night. He like, for real? I thought about it all day. I know you thought I was gonna be talking to you. I was talking to my homie. I said, yeah, he was looking at me though, bro. He was like, I know, man. He was like, look, bro. He was like, man, that's my fault, man. That's my fault, man. Like, I ain't mean to do that shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, bro, you gotta tighten up with that shit, man. He was like, yeah, we good, bro. He got up, you know what I mean? He passed me the la-la. And of course I hit the la-la, you know what I mean? I stayed there, hit the la-la. That jump kind of calmed me down a little bit, you know what I mean? I dapped him up after it was over with, and I went back to the cell, y'all. So boom. I promise you, I go up the steps like this. I'm lit, but I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be going down here to kick ass, man. Like, how the hell I end up, goddamn, I'm smoking some la-la with this nigga, man. I get in the cell. I sit down on the bed. I'm like, how the hell? I said, man, you know how that shit happened, man. I was like, dude. I said, dude don't want to fucking fight, man. I said, I've seen it in his fucking eyes. I said, when I came in there, I was like, yo, bro, listen, we ain't gotta make no scene. I hit him with the same scared tactic, y'all. My face was like this. I was like, bro, we ain't gotta make no scene, bro. We can fight right now, bro. Like, we ain't gotta make no scene, nigga. Y'all see how crazy my face was? I hit that nigga with that jump. That nigga was like, hey, bro, you want some la-la? He threw me all off with that. I ain't even gonna lie, but it makes sense. This man is a cupcake. He's a cream puff. Whatever you want to call it, I know it. I know it, man. But at the same time, man, this man, the red team now, y'all. So boom. So that explained everything. I let that go. I wasn't even tripping no more. But at the same time, though, I saw finally why he was kind of like running the red team. Not running the red team, but one of the dudes that was like kind of like with the red team that was like calling the shots in that building at that time. This man had a roller. Now, I didn't even know that he had a roller until I seen that some of the red team members had tobacco for sale. They had the hank for sale, and they was running around, they was doing this, and they was doing that. And I saw it, I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, so like, that's what I was like, see, that's what like, but he, you know, like I told y'all, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive in there, man. Him being from Brunswick County, which is like nobody that's gonna be locked up with him from his crew, from his town or whatever, like you gotta know how to play chess, man. Like, you know, him joining the red team and like, you know, him being able to know the police that work close. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like now I know why the red team members was around him like that. You know what I mean? Now I know why they was around him like that, man. So like, I don't know what had happened, but they sold something that went down that they got into it with the dudes in 70 building, you know what I mean? And this was another whole red team set. Now, I look up, it's Marco and his little crew. They arguing back and forth. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know what was going on. Maybe it was because of the pack. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But all I know is this, man, like everybody kind of like, the word that got back to me slightly that they was like, yo, the only reason dude with the red team is because he producing the pack game. Now, I haven't seen situations like that. That could be the case. And that could be the reason why dudes is, you know what I mean, really rocking with niggas. But at the same time, bro, he's producing. So they gonna roll with the nigga that's producing. But they all in the child hall arguing. What for? I don't know. Don't get me to lie, but they arguing. That John lead back to the building. They get in the building, they arguing. But again, nothing happens with Marco, man, for the 14th time. Nothing happens again. I promise y'all, nothing happens again, man. So that happened on a Thursday. Now, Friday roll around, man. Now, the dude, Marco, he always goes to program. He went to the I don't know, he wasn't a Muslim or nothing, but he will always go to Jumu'ah and the Morris side. You know, on Fridays, he definitely going to the joint every time. So he went to program. I remember this, man, like it was yesterday. He went to program. The man ended up going to program. He go to program, you know, he gonna be going through lunch, a little bit after lunch. He ain't coming back to like 2 or something like that. He leaving at like 12. You know what I mean? 11:30 type shit. So he was gone the whole time. We go to lunch. Man, I promise you, man, we come back from lunch, man. The dudes, the main dude, like the dudes that kind of like be holding him down, like the ones that you'll think that's gonna step up to the plate and rumble somebody for Marco. You know what I mean? Marco really ain't have to lift a hand. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he'll yell and scream and do all that because he knew he had all the backup in the world. Man, I promise you, man, we was coming back from lunch, man. And as we walking, we passing 80 building. By the time we got to 80 building, you just seen police just running from everywhere. And I looked kind of down a little bit by the grass of 70 building, you just seen dudes rumbling. That shit was like a 10 on 10. It was a big ass melee, man, between the red team and the red team, which was nuts. I walked by and look at that shit, man. I'm like, they stopped us before we can get there. But I'm looking around and shit, these niggas rumbling hard as a bitch. Police come, all the police was on the compound, broke that shit up, locked them niggas up. Took us back to our pod. We get to our pod, they lock us down, of course. Man, they came in our pod and packed up 5 niggas. 4 of them was niggas that be with Marco. The other one was just a cousin of one of the red team members. Man, I promise you, man, they locked up all Marco homeboys. They locked up all his homeboys, man. That junk was crazy, man. So I guess because of the lockup and, you know, like they had dudes going to the hole and the people was walking down the boulevard with handcuffs, like a lot of stuff got pushed back. So Jumu'ah was like late coming back. So when Jumu'ah finally came back, Marco walked in the pod. He had some books and some folders in his hand. He walked in. He was like, dude was like, hey, Marco. Hey, he was like, yeah. He was like, hey, yeah. Hey, man, your whole crew went to the hole, man. Everybody, man, your whole crew.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.